Welcome back. I'm joined now by Representative Austin Theriault from Fort Kent. Representative Theriault, thank you so much for joining us. You're also running for the House District 2 in the U.S. Congress. So thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. It's great to be here.
So talk to me a little bit about how the campaign is going for you.
Well, the 2nd District is one of the largest districts east of the Mississippi. So we're talking a lot of distance, a lot of rural parts of the state, basically from Allagash to Freiburg, I like to call it. And what I'm noticing when we're on the campaign trail is that we have a lot of opportunity in the 2nd District, but there's still a lot of uncertainty around economic opportunities, kids feeling like they can't stay here, feeling like they have to leave the 2nd District, and in some instances leave the state for opportunities. And that's one of the reasons that I made the decision to run, because I do feel like it's time for a new generation of leaders to start getting involved. People who are a little younger, who have a different perspective, and it's time for us to start getting involved and make a difference, positive difference for our communities.
Now, you're not the only Republican running in this race. There is also Representative Sobolewski. Why, and the primary is coming up in June, just a couple months away. Why do you think Republican voters in the 2nd Congressional District should vote for you instead of your opponent?
Well, the message that we're getting across is a very positive message, right? We have to acknowledge that some things are not going right in our country. We've got, an immigration problem. We have drugs coming across the border, infiltrating our small towns and unfortunately killing some of the people in our community. We have an issue with inflation. I went to the grocery store yesterday, got 3 bags of groceries. It was over $100. We smile and laugh about it, but that's a serious problem for somebody who has a family. People are really challenged right now. So once again, going back to what we talked about a little bit before, the next generation, some younger people getting involved in the political process, I think is going to give a different perspective. And that's really needed right now. We need people who have a different look at what's going on, people who can challenge the status quo, people who are going to look at how much money the government's spending, people are going to look at the challenges that we're facing and really attack them, really deal with them rather than just talking about them, because there's people that talk and then there's people that get stuff done, and we want to be a campaign based off of results and based off of getting things done.
Absolutely. You mentioned the age. You mentioned the generational differences. Obviously, that's a problem that we're seeing in not only the Congress, the White House. We're seeing these older politicians that are staying in politics. Why do you think it's so important for a younger voice to get in there, to get into the people's house?
Well, it's about life experience, right? I'm in my 30s. I've seen the country. I've been able to travel around and enjoy a really successful career in stock car racing, NASCAR, but also spent a lot of time working in the family business as a teenager, right? Grew up around the logging, trucking, and farming industry. That's an important industry for Maine, especially in the 2nd District. So being able to combine the two, with a business background that I have, understanding what it's like to have a budget, understand what it's like to manage people, understand what it's like to, to make sure that you're operating your business correctly. That's the sort of mentality that we need in DC, right? We have politicians, a lot of them have never had a regular job in their life. They don't know what it's like to balance a budget. And unfortunately, we have respect for some of those folks, but they've got us in a mess. They've got us over $34 trillion in debt. They've caused record inflation. They've caused other issues like we talked about before with the border, right? It's just been an ongoing issue for years and years, and then finally some of them are waking up and realize we have a problem. That should have been dealt with years before. And so having a new generation, a younger generation getting involved, I think it's going to allow us to take things to the next level, to actually solve problems, bring people together, and make things happen, make positive changes rather than just talking about stuff. Because when we talk about stuff, nothing gets done.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Representative Theriault, for joining us. Really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.